Okie dokie, we've got a roster review, greatest show on paper, what's cup, brother. This is a 12-team super flex. I'm assuming there's some IDPs that are starting. If you've told me, I do not remember. That's just my brain not being amazing and names not tying between the website and TikTok. So I'm going to assume it's a start 10. It might be a start 11. I think someone told me they had a start 11 with 2 IDPs. I'm not going to worry a ton about it. The advice isn't going to change a lot. And when I'm looking at the team, this looks like a start 10 or start 11 lineup, just based on like the quality of players at the position for middle of the pack. So going forward, I'll just talk like it's a 12-team start 10. If it's a start 11, the advice isn't going to change a lot. Okay, first thing I do in these is let's talk about this keep trade cut value column. It is not actually that important, but looking at your league, we've got 3 really good teams, some other teams that are going to make the playoffs kind of in the same range, and then a bigger drop off from 94 to 82. I would say a 10,000 point swing would not be crazy to see within a season, like performance wise. So an 82,000 team, this is probably 83. Like I wouldn't be surprised if they make the playoffs. Some of this will be the age of the players bringing down keep trade cut value, or just players being undervalued or overvalued. So I would be really surprised if this team makes the playoffs. I would not be surprised if these teams make the playoffs. Cool. I'll talk about player values as I see them being notably different, or I think they're notably different. I don't know if I'm right or wrong. Let's go through your team, position by position. Is this Superflex? Superflex, yes. Quarterbacks, Baker Mayfield, Justin Fields, Sam Darnold. For production, you might have a really good lineup. Mayfield, Fields, the double field combo, you could have 2 top 10 starting quarterbacks for this year. Justin Fields could be a top 10 quarterback this year and still get cut by the Jets. That is in the range of outcomes. Baker Mayfield probably takes a step back from the 40 touchdowns he threw last year, but he's rated here as QB 16, and he's definitely going to outproduce that, barring some sort of injury on the team. So you're looking good. I'm just going to call it like a really strong 2, because the future value could be nothing. The flexibility to trade is low, but the production will be good. I'd be fine if we called it a week 3. It's a made-up scoring system anyway. Running backs. Jahmyr Gibbs, Devon Achane, Josh Jacobs, and then some dart throws. Jordan Mason could be something, might not be. Jaden Blue could be the guy for the Cowboys. Someone's going to be. That team can run and usually scores, so it's either Jaden Blue, Javonte Williams, someone else. I'm not sure. So I'd probably just hold him and see based on the running backs you have. But Gibbs, Achane, both realistic chances to be RB1 in PPR. Half PPR, same. They'd probably still be up there. HN would take a little bit of a hit, and Josh Jacobs will still probably produce a lot this year, and this 14 might be a little undervalued. So I'm going to call this a 5. Got 3 really good options. Nothing really behind it. A couple chances at something, but you don't need chances to win a championship. You need 3 really good players, and you have it. Wide receivers, oh boy. Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Ibuka, Terry McLaurin, Juwan Jennings, Cedric Tillman. This is great. I mean, you got the top 2. Malik Neighbors could finish ahead of these guys. There are tons of flexibility here. This is a week 5. Like, it's really, really good. Ibuka is listed at 21. That's just based on future value. And Terry McLaurin is probably a little bit overvalued. Last year, his production was the same as it had been across his career. He just scored touchdowns, and that's not really sticky. So that's someone that is probably going to come up in moves you can make. Tight ends, TJ Hawkinson, Jonnu Smith, Kmet. I think you're at Darren Waller. I think you're at like a 3 here. I really like TJ Hawkinson. He's still young. I'm expecting him to bounce back fully from his injury. You know, now way more than a year removed. I really like it. For your future picks, basically nothing to write home about. Someone else is second. I don't really care that you're missing a third. I'm just going to say there's nothing going on here. So can we compete? I like to put together a starting lineup. I just count it out on my fingers. We'll go like, we got to get to, I'm saying 10. I'll talk through 11 too, but you'll already know the answer. I just don't know it right now for how many guys you need to start listed here. And if it's I don't know your IDP situation either. So change the value of your team based on that. Baker Mayfield, Justin Fields, TJ Hawkinson. Then we add Gibbs, Achane, and Jacobs as weekly starters. Chase, Jefferson, Ibuka, McLaurin. That's a really good 10. Moves I would look to make. This is really good. So unless your IDPs are bad, I might take the first, pair it with Terry McLaurin, and can I get up to, you could probably get JSN for sure. Could you get Marv? Could you get up to Drake London, Nico Collins? I'd be looking at that. Could you do Terry and a second and a second, or a second and a third to get AJ Brown and just lock down wide receivers? That way you'd have 2 low value, high production quarterbacks, really strong running back, really strong wide receivers, solid but nothing amazing at tight end. And I think that would be enough to win. If you can move Terry McLaurin, I think you're just getting rid of future downside. That could happen, downside that could manifest this year. Same thing with Juwan Jennings. Like they both, Terry McLaurin and Jennings, just had really good production compared to their careers last year. Neither one of them's young. Like we were never talking about Juwan Jennings before last year when the offense he was on needed him to perform. And now he's jumped up to 52. So if you could get anything for him, I probably would. Like I don't know that he's going to do anything this year. Terry McLaurin, I'm expecting to take a step back, and I think I'm about to sneeze. Nope, that moved it on. Can we find any other moves? I'm open to down tiering from either one of these guys or Gibbs, just to set you up more for the future. I don't know what your IDP situation looks like. You're at the point where, actually, I don't know that I would. The team's solid. I'd be looking to move a couple of these picks to just bolster out the lineup. Like I think this team's ready to compete depending on what your IDP situation is. If you have any questions, or if I've completely gotten the start 13 IDP situation wrong, let me know in the comments and we can submit it with a little bit more information and detail. Thanks a lot for submitting it. Have a good one.